What's going on, guys? Vulkan here, and today we have 3 new gameplay videos for Biomutant. So out on Twitter, Biomutant dropped a new tweet, and it basically had, hey, here is how the game runs on all the different platforms. So you can see down here on the bottom, we have gameplay footage for PlayStation 4 Pro and Xbox One X. Then we have PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and then lastly we have PC. Now I watched the PC one, so we'll go through that one last, but these other two I have not watched yet, and people were saying that they are really cool. I thought they were all the same video, but they're not. They're the same kind of area in the game, but different characters with different builds. So we're gonna be going through these together, and we're gonna kind of just do like a live look in. So let's go ahead and let's get this one started. So yeah, so it looks like we're starting in the exact same area, but it looks like this character has a staff. On the PC one, we'll get to it, but they're more of like a two-handed berserker style. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so basically he just jumps and helicopters down. I wonder, oh, okay, so that's like not necessarily his glide, but oh, there's those fire trails. Let's look at those skills. Let's see if we can slow it down. Okay, so it looks like he has fire. This is probably like the fire trails we've seen earlier. Some sort of frost or ice spikes, and then ball lightning probably. This is probably the spark ball that we see on Psyfreak, I'm guessing. So cool, let's go ahead and let's get this thing underway. So he's not using glide, but it's kind of cool. He's using his staff to basically like helicopter his way down. Taking up his energy up here, you can see. So I'm really curious on these, like what is this gun, these fists? Obviously this is a mount, we talked about that, and then these are health boosters, but I'm curious what those two things are.
That's a hope hall. Some used to go there every week to join hands.
Okay, so cool. So it looks like we are getting our first look at some gear. So we have spark gloves, we have the Jagni tribe staff, and we have the Ringdinger katana. Okay, so it looks like the rarity might be indicated here. So this is either ultimate or grand rarity. Then we have our uncommon, and then here is either, this is probably astonishing rarity on the katana. So interesting stuff there. So it looks like we can have up to 8 melee weapons as our favorites that we can switch between. And I know when you bring this menu up, it slows everything down too, so you can actively kind of switch this in combat, and you don't really have to worry too much about getting like smoked.
Week to join hands and hope together.
Huh, like a church. Oh shit, okay, so we have just a full-on ice nova. That's really cool. So one thing that I'm kind of curious about is we've seen this gorilla mini boss like multiple times, so I'm curious. You know, I'm starting to kind of not worry, but have some questions around enemy variety. Now, this is the first time we've seen like the dude. Oh, okay. Oof, that's badass. This is the first time we've seen the dude with like a little barrel cut up staff thing. So we activated something like health regen up here. So like weaving all of these different like skills and stuff together looks super smooth. But one thing that's kind of interesting is I feel like these guys are taking forever to kill. Like, oh, that was really cool. Threw him up and just like hit him. But I feel like these enemies, like these kind of regular minions, are taking forever to kill. Like look how much damage it takes to take out one of those dudes. So are we under leveled? Are we over leveled? I mean, they're level 9s, and that gorilla mini boss was what? Was a 13. So it's like I don't know. There's a lot of questions on this game in terms of enemy variety, how quickly, your time to kill. The Super Wung Fu is kind of interesting too, because it looks like every character that I've seen, that Super Wung Fu has the exact same like abilities that you're using. So you're always using the turtle strike, the rapid shot, the conk or clonk or whatever the hell it is. Okay, so, okay, cool. There's a quick heal button. Use a dandy candy. I would like to see the katana. Praying mantis, tsunami thrust. You can see in like the bottom right hand corner down here, like the different skills. So one of the things I'm curious about is that Super Wung Fu, is that something that we activate it, like, we can activate it whatever? Do we have to meet certain criteria? So, I don't know. Like I said, a lot of questions. Use the sprocket. Okay, so he's gonna hit that rocket and then blast a hole through the wall again. This is such like a classic thing. Like, they always grab the rocket and just blow holes through stuff, or like you like strap onto it and just fly. I'm curious if he's gonna get the same loot. So, okay, here we go. A look tough cap. So it looks like a old school like soldier looking cap. Loot chance +3. It's an uncommon. The quality is defunct 2. Material is composite 1. Oh, here we go. Let's go back to that. Okay, so our armor is going from a 5 to a 6. It's a head type. We're gaining all health, all key energy. We're losing crit chance, 2% to 0%, 0% loot chance. So that's kind of interesting because it's a 0% loot chance on the item, but down here, the attribute check is a loot chance +3. So that makes me think that this right here is our luck chance as it stands right now on our baseline character, and then it's just basically giving us a 3% chance at additional gear. So,
Nice topper.
Auto-equipped.
Oh,
so it didn't show the chest.
Everything
okay, so now we're rolling over. This is the Xbox One X. So you can see we've got a new character. We have like this laser cannon thing on the back and a new melee weapon. So we're going to go through the same thing again, but I want to see these new skills. So we got Angry Panda. You can see it kind of prompting down there. All right, let's go ahead and skip forward a little bit since we're just gliding and stuff. Let's get to combat.
To join hands and hope round these week to join
All right, here we go.
hands and hope together. Not so much hope.
Oh, okay, so
And hope.
New skills. Okay, so here we go. Let's get this playback speed back to normal. But it looks like, okay, so we have some sort of like green sludge here, so probably like a poison ability for biohazard. We have the mushroom. We've seen this one before where we can create a mushroom. We can spawn it and then bounce on it. We have this kind of like pink bunny head looking thing. Not entirely sure what this is. Maybe they're like seeker missiles. And then whatever this is, this looks like some sort of like black hole explosion, like a supernova. Maybe it's frost. Not entirely sure. But it looks like maybe frost damage here, radiation here, biohazard here, and then this is just like a utility. Let's see how this plays out.
Much hope to go around.
Okay, so he just blew himself up basically and threw poison on everything. Oh, so we got a shotgun.
Grit.
Okay, so we're putting electric on this dude and we're just chunking his health. That is amazing. Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Lit.
So we got some prompts up here. I'm not entirely sure what that was, what the prompt was. If that was a combo prompt or if that's Super Wung Fu. Ooh, I thought he died for a second. I was like, what? Okay, so the shotgun is just like roasting people. Oh, here we go. Okay, so we got some new weaponry here. Let's see. Okay, so we got the Myriad Boomerang. So this is one thing we saw when they revealed their new characters. We saw this like sharpened sword boomerang thing, so that's pretty cool. We got the Pew Pew Bosk Paraka, which is probably like a machine gun, and then the Pump Pump Ozarp Jomp. Dude, these names, I love it. Okay, cool. So we can have 8 ranged weapons and 8 melee weapons. That's pretty insane. All right. Oh, we actually got a look. Sorry about pausing it the entire time, guys, but like, this is kind of what we're like all about here. Okay, so this is a tribe weapon. It's doing 375 to 425. Accuracy is maxed, so this thing cannot miss. Ranged is like god awful, and then fire rate, swing rate is terrible, and then armor pierce is 0 and crit chance is 0. So just flat up melee / ranged weapon. All right, let's see what we're working with. Throw this thing. Let's go. Oh, there we go. Okay, so there you go. Not too bad, but God, it doesn't do too much damage. And see, that's what I was talking about in that last video. I just feel like you don't do a ton of damage to enemies. I mean, look, he's like going to town, but it's just, I feel like he's hitting him with wet noodles. So hopefully, maybe he's under leveled, maybe, you know, it's on a different difficulty. I don't know. Like, I don't feel like everything should just be, you know, blown up immediately, but you have, you know, 7 or 8 minions plus a boss, and it seems like you're doing way more damage to the boss than you are the minions. I mean, that boss got blown up with that shotgun, but yet here it looks like these guys have, like, this dude, this little 15 right here, has like a boss plate next to his health. See, it's like the little diamond, and then it's spiky, and he's actually a higher level than the boss was. The boss was a 12. The mini boss rather, and then this dude is a 15. That dude's 11. So yeah, I don't know, like there's just a lot, like I said, a lot of questions, a lot of cool stuff in here. I really like the look of all of these new skills. I feel like, oh, that was cool. I feel like you know, this is kind of what we needed. We needed a better look at combat rather than just flying through the air shooting and meleeing all the time. You know, the caster with like the ice nova and the ball lightning and the fire trails and all that fun stuff. That's really, really cool, and I really like to see that. So looks like this one might be done, I think. Okay, so he's gonna go grab the chest. I'm trying to skip through this a little bit to not make this video like 100 minutes long. Okay, so that was the PlayStation 4 Pro and the Xbox One X. Let's go ahead and flip over to the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. Now, I'm going to kind of skip to the combat section because, you know, not all this is... Oh, here we go. Okay. So, Jagni Tribe, and then... Oh, we got some fists. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's get into the combat.
That's a hope hall.
God, you can definitely tell the difference 1080p 30 frames versus the other 4K 60 frames and stuff. Oh, look at this. Okay, so he has like a rocket fist. He has like a Thanos glove. And he's just going to town, bro. Look at this. Okay, so yeah, it's like a rocket fist. See, Clunk Bonk, Ground Slam, Turtle Strike, Rapid Shot, those are the exact same ones we've seen on every character so far, which makes me think that Super Wung Fu is static, which is not great. I really would like to see... Ooh, what are those skills? I really would have liked to see some variety there, but maybe in the future. Okay, so it's the same ones, Fire Trail, Lightning, and then this like supernova looking one down here. So there's Ball Lightning, pretty cool, Spark Ball. So he's got the flames plus the lightning ailments on him. Hopefully the ailments are a little bit different and they're not just like, every ailment just does damage. Hopefully it's like, when you get frozen, you get frozen. When you're on fire, you burn. When you're shocked, you take more damage from melee attacks or take more damage from ailments. When you're poisoned, you know? Like there needs to be something that kind of incentivizes different ones. Godfall did not do that. Basically, Godfall, every ailment dealt damage and it made them useless. Not useless, but just, you stack one, you stack them all type of deal. I gotta say though, PS4 base, it's not bad. Like, if you have a PS4 just by itself, I mean, this is gonna be playable. So this dude is definitely dealing a lot more damage than the other characters were. So I don't know if it's just a build, if maybe the weaknesses. God, that was so cool. That was so cool. That was like Rock Lee, bro. Just like, okay, whoa, here we go. We've never seen this before. By the way, that was like Rock Lee's like forbidden jutsu. That was so dope. Okay, so we got upgrade points. We have like a dog bone collar deal here. Gain one of those, leveled up to level 8. So He was level 7 at the time, fighting 10s and 12s. Okay, so that's really, really good to know. So we can kind of assume that going forward for the other ones too. This is going to be one of the big questions that I have in a video coming out next week, but the 5 big questions for Biomutant. And one of them was, what are we going to do about leveling? We've seen level ups, we've seen things like that. What do these upgrade points go towards? Do we have skill trees? Do we just like throw them into base attributes? What are we going to do? God, that's so cool. But yeah, I feel like this kind of setup works so much better for what he's fighting. I don't know if that's because weaknesses and resistances, or maybe this player's the better player. I'm not entirely sure, but I don't know. It just seems like things are going smoother. Dude, I love like the Bruce Lee-ness of all this. It's so cool. All right, staff's back out. Boom, boom. Let's go. Money. All right, that was really cool. Okay, so let's see what we get out of the chest. Ooh, we got a Kindi, a 1.5 star headpiece, rare, Rick Rack 3. Ooh, and we got an armor piece, rib shirt. So that's really nice to know because the chests are going to be dropping random stuff. So it's not like you're going to get the same thing out of the chest each time. Kingdoms of Amalur style. It's going to be something different. Okay, so let's see what we got here. We got our Tribe Blade here. We have the 2-hander staffs. It looks pretty similar, but let's see if there's anything different. Curious, like skill-wise.
Join hands and
all right
together. Not so much
I like that run.
Go around these days.
Okay, so this dude just ripped that thing out of the ground. Our boy's just throwing a boomerang. He's pre-potting. Pre-potting. All right, we got the same. There's that, okay, so there's the like arcane magic missiles. There's the mushroom. So we're just kind of like rolling those out, which is kind of cool. Leaping lice. Okay, yeah, they're like straight up magic missiles. Hilarious. Arcane Mage. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and go forward a little bit. So we've seen this gameplay. Yep, stuff's looking great. God, that's such a cool combo. Okay, so we've seen this. So I'm gonna go ahead and skip forward and look at the loot. Hopefully, let's see what he gets. Anything exciting? Okay, so we got a belted straw top. That was rare. We got a screwdriver. It's an add-on. That's rare. God, don't let us look at any of that. Jeez, blast through it. Okay, so cool stuff there. Now let's go ahead and let's flip over to PC. So best for last, right? Now this one is 4K 60 frames. Let's make sure. Yeah, we're in 2K. But either way, you guys get the gist. So this one is a 2-hander and this like laser cannon that we've seen from some of the other previews. So I'm gonna go ahead and scoot forward to the combat. That way you guys can see how this works out. Okay, so this dude is just flying all over the place. He's kind of like mixing and weaving in ranged combat, blasting stuff, doing his 2-hander, but this is one of those situations where I still feel like these guys are super tanky. And then at the same time though, it doesn't seem like he's taking a lot of damage. Like he gets into a situation where he needs to use a bunch of health and stuff, which is great. But God, that like Jacob's Ladder attack into this ground slam is so cool. But it kind of gets to the point where it's like these fights feel a little like long and drawn out. Now, like, you know, like we saw earlier, it's probably because he's way under leveled for this type of stuff, you know, 4 or 5 levels underneath, and it's just taking longer to blast through stuff. So I don't know, we'll see. But that's one of the abilities that I was really pumped about, was that like whirlwind. He threw his blade, it went out there, hit everything, came back to him, he grabbed it and then whirlwinded. So I'm really curious if there's a way to build around that, to make like a spin to win style build, or if there's like a different way to kind of build around, extend that whirlwind or that cyclone. Be so cool, especially for people who really like meathead style builds. And look at him just chunk this like health, just like take that mini boss down. Once again, Super Wong Fu. And then go ahead and clean up. And that's about it, guys. So that is everything. That's our PC gameplay, Xbox console gameplay. We got a great look at a lot of different attack styles, combat styles. We got a great look at some weapons, some different skills. So a lot of really cool stuff in here, and it just makes me even more excited to play this game. So I hope you guys enjoyed this live look and kind of like ride along with me. It was a little bit different than I'm used to doing. So I'm used to, you know, going through and like getting the footage and kind of talking about it and, you know, then putting it out there. But there were so many different videos, and I just wanted to experience this alongside you guys. So hope you guys enjoyed it, but let me know in the comments below what you think about Biomutant, what you guys think about this new gameplay. And as always, thank you guys so much for the support. This has been Vulkan, and I'll talk to you guys next time.